Hello everybody, my name is Tide Statistic and I'm bringing you a game review on this game called Day of Infantry. This was originally a mod of Insurgency, brought into the World War II era. So if you don't know what Insurgency is, it is a close quarters FPS, well generally a close quarters FPS shooter, which is more advanced than Gmod, but not as advanced as Arma. If you guys know what Insurgency is, this is basically a reskin of Insurgency, but back into the World War II era, and then actually polished, honestly, almost better than Insurgency in some parts. Now they do obviously have changes, like there are a lot of guns in this game that they don't have in Insurgencies. As you can see, the suppressed pistol on the Recon class, I don't know what the class is called, but the suppressed pistol, a lot of the sniper rifles, the bar, and quite a few other guns aren't in Insurgency, and then also on top of that, a lot of the attachments aren't in Day of Infantry either. So Insurgency has all of the tactical thing, quote-unquote tactical things you can put on weapons, unlike this game where it's more bone and just straight up gun, just like a suppressed pistol, or most guns barely even have attachments other than slings. This plays exactly like Insurgency, but in a World War II era, obviously. This game feels a little bit more polished than Insurgency. I feel like they put a little bit more time into texturing some of their items, like the buildings, vehicles, and roads, for an example. Like Insurgency, this can be a very fast-paced game, and the separation between PvP and PvE are really good. Like Insurgency, the PvP or the PvE is pretty difficult at times, where sometimes you just feel like you're overpowered. Unlike this, the bots can kind of do douchey things and almost feels like they have auto aim, but gives you just enough time to actually do something. And then there's actually a harder mode, which we'll be talking about in a little bit, in the co-op mode. But the PvP is still PvP, and it's a pain in the ass to kill people. Now compared to Insurgency, which that's really the only game I can really compare it to because it is a mod off of Insurgency, but compared to Insurgency, because Insurgency was a modern day game, they really nailed the World War II aspect in Day of Infantry, which I feel like that's obviously what they were trying to do because it is a World War II game. Now going into the PvE co-op mode, I only did see one mode, but it's basically an attack defend. As you can see, I'm playing a German soldier. We are defending this defense point, and there's 3 defensive points. If we lose this one, we have to fall back, and etc. But as Germans, we're going to be defending until the timer runs out, which is 8 minutes, so I think there's 7 waves, but I'm not exactly sure. Each 5 kills you get a resupply, or every wave or something like that you get a resupply so you don't run out of ammo. And when you're the Americans or the US attacking, it's basically these switched. So I mean, they also have a harder mode. There's 2 different modes. You have easy and then hard, which on hard mode it removes player indication, or you can't see someone's tag when you look at them, so you actually have to depiculate if they're US or German. So it does make the gameplay a little bit harder. Now there is one thing that Insurgency has over this game, and it's the modding community. The next step that Day of Infantry should take is opening it to the modding community, because what I like to play on Insurgency is the co-op where you face, I think it was like 125 bots, and I could so see them doing a D-Day scenario where you're the Germans or you're the Americans pushing or defending with an ungodly amount of bots attacking you, which made it some of the best experiences. But then again, this is a World War II styled, and they only have this very select few of guns, so in certain situations you could be at a disadvantage or an over advantage. If I had to pick Insurgency over Day of Infantry, I'd probably pick Insurgency specifically because Insurgency has the more mods, and it has the open modding community, so you can actually add attachments to your guns and certain modded servers, and you can have the excessive amount of bots. But this game is following up pretty quickly, and if you have Insurgency and you're debating on getting this game, I would probably say pick this game up. This game itches a couple different aspects that Insurgency can't itch, and on top of that, it's just a different type of gameplay. So if you play a game for so long, you kind of dry out or burn up on it. And Insurgency can be one of those games, and this game gives it a different scenarios and kind of refreshes, if you know what I'm saying. But I'm really hoping they're gonna add a modding or an open modding community to this, like they had Insurgency. Yeah, I think that's about it. Let me guys know what you think about Day of Infantry. Do you think it's better than Insurgency? Do you think it looks better than Insurgency? Let me know down in the comment section. I'm going to be dropping the links for both these games down in the comments. Like the video if you liked it, and if you want to see more, subscribe.